Hello and welcome to Function Mania. We're getting close to our last lessons on functions, so it should be very exciting for you. Let's do a little review. We spent last time talking about some naming of functions. So one of the ways we talked about naming functions was the fact that oftentimes we see things like this. When everything is equal to y, we don't know who we're talking to. It's like you going to a family reunion and yelling out a last name and having 100 people turn their heads. We don't know which one of the family members we want. So in naming functions, we try to give two names. In parentheses, an x is like having the last name. In front of the x, we will work with different letters. So it's kind of like the last name of the family is X, but the first names of the people might be F, G, or H. This helps us to just remember which function we want to talk about. It makes things easier. Last time you also worked with evaluating functions. This was a matter of kind of substituting a number for a variable and finding out what the answer was. You've done this many times over the years. So for example, if f of x is equal to x plus 2, and I want to find f of 4, then the 4 goes in place of the x, and we solve from there. So we would have f of 4 equals 4 plus 2, which equals 6. I'm going to have you practice a few of these before we move to new material. New learning. Today we're going to take two functions and work with them together. So I'm going to talk about this first part as evaluating and combining. So for f of x equals x plus 3 and g of x equals 4 minus x, I want to find f of 4 plus g of 3. So we're working with two ideas here, one function and a second function. We're going to evaluate these and combine them. First way to solve it is to solve them separately and then put them together. So if f of x is equal to x plus 3 and g of x equals 4 minus x, I want to find f of 4 plus g of 3. For this, first I want to think about just the f function. So remember, the 4 takes the place of the x's. So f of 4 will equal 4 plus 3, which will equal 7. Then I'm going to think about the g side. The 3 takes the place of the x as well. So here, g of 3 will equal 4 minus 3, which equals 1. Now what I can do is think about what my ultimate goal was. I wanted to find this plus, so now I just finish this with 7 plus 1 and get an answer of 8. This is one way to solve this. On the next screen, I'll show you another option. For option 2, same idea, but this time I want to think about this. I said that f of x was equal to x plus 3 and g of x was equal to 4 minus x. In this one, I want to take f of 4 again plus g of 3. So what I'm going to do is to take this and think about moving it down here, and then take this one, and I want to move that down here as well. Notice my parentheses. It keeps them separate. Now I want to substitute. So again, 4 here, 3 here, and just simplify. So 4 plus 3 plus 4, plus 4 minus 3 will give me 7 plus 1, which is 8. So 2 different ways to do the same thing. Let's try again. This time f of x is equal to 2x and h of x is equal to 5 plus 3. I want to find f of 3 times h of 5. Again, I can do this in 2 ways. Option 1 says that the 3 will take the place here and here, so that f of 3 will equal 2 times 3, which will be 6. And then separately, the 5, oops, messed that one up. That shouldn't be there. Anyways, that was supposed to be x of 3. Let me kind of put an x over the top of that. This should say x plus 3. Then we'll go ahead and move that there. And so now I will have h of 5 will equal 5 plus 3, which equals 8. Now I need to take care of that multiplication. So 6 times 8 gives me 48. I substituted for f, I substituted for h, and then I brought them together. Next we'll try that option 2 for those of you that prefer that. So this time I know that f of 3 means to take 2 times 3, again notice my use of parentheses, times 5 plus 3, again parentheses for each, 6 times 8 is 48. Again, you choose whichever way makes you most comfortable as you practice the next few problems. Got it? Good. Let's move on. The word composite means made of various parts. Oftentimes we see composites as we try not to use up our natural resources. For example, the picture here is of composite wood. It's made of a combination of wood fibers, recycled plastic, and some other things. It lasts forever, it cuts like wood, but it doesn't mean we're using up trees. It's often used to make decks and sometimes outdoor furniture. Over here, we have a different kind of composite. When we pour sidewalks or driveways or streets, concrete is made up of cement, sand, and crushed stone. This is a composite, parts of material to make what we see as concrete. We're going to talk about composite functions. In this case, we're putting 2 functions together again, but this time instead of adding them or multiplying or subtracting, we're going to put one function inside another. So if we have f of x, let me go ahead and erase that and not do it in highlighter. If we have f of x and g of x, we could say f composite g, read f composite g, not the word fog. Oftentimes we instead do this. We will say f of g of x. Oops, sorry for making mistakes tonight. Of g of x. That's how you would read that. You learned years ago to do parentheses first. Nothing changes here. You will start from the inside and work your way out. It's not difficult if you take your time. For example, f of x equals x plus 2, g of x equals 3x. Find f of g of 4. We're going to start with the g of 4, and we're going to pretend like the f isn't there right now. So first thing we're going to do, remember, is that 4 goes here and here. So I have g of 4 equals 3 times 4, which is equal to 12. Now that we've got the inside solved, it's kind of like saying that I have f of 12. Well, now we're back to what we did last class period. We know that that 12 is going to go here and there. So we will finish this by saying f of 12 is equal to 12 plus 2, and we will get a final answer of 14. Let's try one more. H of x equals x to the second power. G of x equals x plus 9. Let's find h of g of 3. Remember, we want to start from the inside out, so I'm going to start here. Remember that that 3 goes here and here. So we're going to come over here and say that g of 3 equals 3 plus 9, which is 12. Well, now we're back to looking at the idea of h of 12. Okay? And again, we know to take this 12 and put it here and there. So we get h of 12 equals 12 to the second power, which is 144. Remember that this means 12 times 12. Now I'm going to give you some time to practice. In conclusion, take your time. When necessary, work from the inside out. Use a calculator when necessary. If you're not sure of your mental math skills, grab a calculator there.